What I want to do right now is show you how to make a sprite sheet. A sprite sheet is the combination of all the characters that you're going to need in an animation, including their movements. It sounds funny saying sprite sheet, but it comes from older animations in arcade games where the characters would be independent of the background. So they hang there like a ghost or a sprite. So I thought that'd be interesting for you to know. What you're going to do is you're going to create all your characters in the order that you want them to appear in your animation. Don't worry about placing them exactly in line right now, like if they're off by a little bit. Well, they move for me. If they're off by a little bit, it's okay because you're going to align these. What you're going to do is make sure that every one of your characters is grouped. Then you're going to go to your shape tool and draw a square around all the characters, making sure that you catch all of them in your square or rectangle, whichever one you need. Go to Object, Path, Split into Grid. Right here is going to give you the options for your grid. Go ahead and check Preview so that way you can see how it's going to look. And we have 3 characters across and 3 characters down. You also want to include a gutter, which will give you a space in between here because you're going to also group your squares with each individual character. So you want a slight gutter just to give you a little wiggle room. And then hit OK. Now you can change the color of your fill to something darker and then flip it so it creates an outline. Use your black arrow, click off. Then you're going to want to click and select both your first character and the first square. Choose your align. You're going to want to align them all the way to the left horizontally and all the way to the bottom. That way this end of this branch will be in the bottom left corner for each one of the animations. And you may be thinking right now that it's too much space up here and you can crop it down some, but when it comes to the Z's in here, it's going to come in handy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for each one of my characters. And you can see whenever I went to select this one here, because it's a tight area, I clicked on my owl and then I clicked on Shift and selected the path. That way I get both of them in there. This extra square you can just get rid of. Now go ahead and also group them each individually. And that's Command G. Okay, now that we have them all separated and grouped, I'm going to just select this first one. And the good thing about Adobe products is that they interact with each other very well. So I can copy Command C, I can copy this owl, and if I open up Photoshop and new file, right here you'll see clipboard. And the clipboard is what you just copied, the size of what you copied. I'm going to change my color mode to RGB and then hit create. And then you can do Command V to paste it. You do want to paste it as a smart object and click OK. And then hit return, which then will place your owl in its own layer. Go back to your Illustrator, select your next one, Command C, Photoshop, Command V. OK. And as you can see, it's placing them all on their own layer. Okay, so now we have all the layers of our little owl. And you can get rid of layer 1. Okay, now that you have all your owls in Photoshop, there's still smart objects. So you're going to want to click on the first one, hold Shift, click on the last one, and either right click or control click on the group, and then you want to go to rasterize layers. Now you need to individually name these in order. So this is owl 1. Once they're renamed, once again click on the first one, hold Shift, click on the last one, and either right click or control click and go to export as. It's very important to select all of them right now by clicking on the first, hold Shift, click on the last, because you want to export them as a group. So you go to export as, and when this window pops up, you'll see that here's all your layers. Leave everything the same and then go export all. At this point, you can create a new folder on your desktop. Say owl 2, because I already created an owl folder to test this out. So I'm going to create it and then click open. And it should have exported all of the files. Where's my owl 2? And here they are. Owl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to want to have quick access to that file, so when you start with animation, you know where to go to find your characters.